The idea is we go along and say, look, here's some statistics about your economy. But you tell us what it's really like. And then we say, here's our menu of policies we've been developing. Will it work here or won't it work here? And what will be your priorities? Have you any other ideas? And so you're sort of writing the manifesto from the grassroots up. On every occasion, these are in small towns. It goes from Hastings to Mansfield to Blackpool to Pendle, you name it, we've been all over. Scotland, Wales, etc. Every time, it's always, the infrastructure here is falling apart. Rail, buses, but every one, they've said broadband. Speeds are appalling. Breaks down. 4 out of 5 people think the system doesn't work for them. And so, interesting enough as well, is often what you get is we live in a beautiful area, but we have to commute to work, distances, or we have to move away, or our kids have to move away. And interestingly enough, on one occasion, I went up to Colne Valley to Thelma Walker's constituency, and they said, how did you get out? I said, by train. And they said, was it delayed? Yes. Was it cancelled the second time? Yes. They said, that's classic. And I said, we'll show you our broadband speeds here, really appallingly slow. And so when we try and invite investors up here, they'll go through the same experience where the train must probably delay, the railway will let them down. And then startups here are almost impossible because of the broadband speeds. So that's where the broadband policy came from. We looked at how elsewhere, how connected we were in comparison with others. So we've got anything that's sort of 8 to 12% best in terms of fibre, full fibre connectivity. You look at South Korea, 97, 98%. Same with Japan. Look at Stockholm. The municipality is doing it there. Ireland, they're rolling it out in their rural areas under a state scheme. So the idea is we're not going to be able to deliver in terms of the new economy that we want, the high-skill, high-paid jobs, unless we get the foundation stone laid, and effectively one of those foundation stones is broadband. People talk about 5G, but actually 5G relates to broadband as well and isn't as reliable as the full fibre broadband that we want to put along, although it does relate to it. So we looked at what model we wanted. We actually explored what the government was doing, because there'd been a review of the new technology infrastructure. Look at the costings of what was needed, and what came out of that was basically to roll out high fibre, full fibre broadband right the way across the country, 20 billion. Government put up 5 billion, but they were going for this gigabyte system, which would rely upon the old cables, so it wasn't really good enough either. We looked at how it was done elsewhere. South Korea, what they did have a state investment, state company rolling it out. We looked at the way in which, what resources we had at the moment to do that. And there was OpenReach. Of the sort of 8, whatever, say 10% of what there is out there already, 8% of that was done by OpenReach. The rest was done by the other companies. So here was the ideal vehicle that we could use to do the full rollout if we got the investment in there. But if you're going to put that sort of money in, public money, well, the public should own it. They should be for the public benefit.